attack, I can only say this is normal. Through this, they will get educated and they will know that what I'm doing is not different. I do conventional journalism. And when I feel that I must add undercover, I add undercover. And I'm telling them, all those who claim they have evidence against me, well, stop it. Don't forget, we've come a long way. I've been accused of being an extortionist. I've been accused of receiving $150,000. And those people cannot mention who, that third party, who took the money as we speak.
But was there ever anything like that?
That's absolutely nonsense. It doesn't make sense.
Nobody approached you with $150,000.
Who would approach me? How would you tell me that? A story that I'm not doing alone, a story that BBC is doing a story of. So if you paid me here, how do I stop the BBC? It doesn't make sense. Again, don't forget, I've been accused of murdering J.B. Dankwa. Murder. Is that how we've sunk so low in this country? Because of a story? The reporter is a murderer? And then I've been accused of even going into the BNI and convincing the BNI to give me the murderer and mentioning names to him to come and mention. Where is all this leading us to? All these are thrown out there, no substance to prove it, and law enforcement agencies are sitting. Look, that murder is a high-profile political murder. If anybody worth his salt had evidence, what do? Don't you go to the police and give it to them? I'm even interested in knowing who did the murder. But as we sit here, the current murderer is me, and here am I walking free. How do we build a nation like this? But you see, all these hot air blowers, they are a matter of time. That's why the law courts are there. That place, you don't talk. Look, perhaps I'm the most cross-examined journalist in this country, apart after the judges scandal. I got not less than 66 legal suits. So I have learned the hard way. I've learned to be measured. I've learned when to put out an information and when not to put out an information.
Okay.
He who asserts, at the end of the day, must prove.
Questions have been raised about how you acquire personal properties. Asking has asked. What do you say?
Again, I don't want you to I don't want you to specifically be referring to personalities here. Okay. That's not what I'm here to do.
Okay.
You understand? You can ask me a general question that people have asked me, that how do I acquire my property? What's the logic in this? That because I'm a journalist, I'm supposed to be poor and pauper? I'm supposed not to afford for my kids to eat, and so it is wrong for a journalist to own a house? Is that where we've come to as a country? Some people who would say that they haven't been to school, they can acquire anything they want, but we will go to school, learn our journalism, go to the law school, and yet we can't afford anything. We should be paupers because we should be their stooges. When they say A, we should follow. And if we don't follow, it means anything we have is acquired fraudulently. What is this thinking? What is this? Nobody is more Ghanaian than anybody. We are all Ghanaians. And if we want to push the frontiers of our country forward, if we want to ensure that our democracy is solid, we ought to pay heed to the law. We don't just go about blowing hot air. It doesn't add anything to the table. And if I feel offended, I can only go to the court of law to make my points very clear. And that's why I'm measured in my talk, because if I talk too much, I'm being prejudicial when the case has been taken to court.
In your line of work, Anas, have you ever been given money to kill a story that you had been working on?
I have told you, I've never in my life taken a bribe before. Not once. Nowhere. Whoever says he has that proof, let them bring it. You understand? Let them bring it, and all these things will crash down in no second.
Because there are claims.
You can't do that in the court of law.
Because, Anas, there are claims that you did jobs on the NEC but dropped it later.
Yeah, so when they made the claim, what did you ask them? What did you ask them when they made it? Are we just going to be sitting down and telling them to make claims? So I just get up and somebody say, oh, Manasseh has stolen this, and that's it? And I believe it? If they say so, provide the evidence. Go to the police, report. You get the point that I'm making? We cannot encourage this in our journalism because it doesn't help national discourse. We need to build substance as a people. That's how you develop a nation. Don't allow people to sit down, oh, he's done this, he's done that. People are even prescribing stories that they say I have done. How do you build a nation this way?
That's one they say that you've done of parliament, true?
again, I ask, when did I say anywhere that I have done a story on Parliament? Tell me, when? Because somebody sits in his house and he pontificates. I think there's trouble in Parliament. Then if there's trouble, I think that Anas, which is a good feeling, to think that you have someone you have hopes in to be able to do that story. But that does not mean that you were going to impose your opinion on my work. It doesn't happen. You understand?
There's a court paper going around that you influenced the court case after taking monies and sharing with the state prosecutor. Is that true? The judge was Charles Quest.
So you are saying that I influenced Charles Quest?
It's a question. Is that true?
These people, are they not alive? Today I was expecting that you tell your reporters to go to Charles Quest. Ask him whether he's been influenced. If there's a prosecutor, go to him. Let your reporters ask him. Has he been given any money? I hear a former police officer has also been mentioned.
He's also denying it.
They are not. Yeah, of course. They have all denied. Egbert Febu has been mentioned that they are paid money into his accounts. His accounts is alive. They've all denied. How do we want to move this country? Is it just air blowing, hot air blowing? Or we want to work on the basis of substance? Because somebody has put things together, we should be addressing it. That's not how we move a country forward.
Now, who watches the Watchman? Have you seen it yourself, the video?
No, I have not. But like I told you,
yes,
I don't have to. The reason is simple. I know myself. I believe in myself. I know I have never, and put it on record, never taken bribe from anybody. So you can play heaven and earth. I'm very confident in my mind that you are not going to get nowhere. And fortunately, there are people in it. So I didn't have to see anything. I know myself, and I've always said this. If you can premiere 30 times, nothing will come out of it.
Okay, now, in order we have been discussing, do you support the dissolution of the Ghana Football Association?
Well, I find myself in a very awkward position in proffering opinions on how Ghana football should be because of my limited knowledge in football. But I've heard all sides of the argument. I've been trying to learn. People say government is right to have dissolved it. Others also say that, well, we think that football is for football people. Government has no business. I honestly have no opinion. Whatever I am looking for is to ensure that there's good football, that Ghana goes to World Cup again based on merit, so that we can all celebrate. That's all I seek for.
And the reason I asked that question is because the job you did identified key individuals who have been caught on camera for one crime or another. And so the question has been, if you're dissolving such a body, is it about reform or about creating a new body?
I am very handicapped in proffering answers because of my limited knowledge in football. I seek to say and to emphasize that all I am looking for is a good football governing body and good players who can play, like Nima Park, Mamobi Park. We put all the players together, then Ghana can have a formidable national team, not based on a referee taking money. So that has to folk, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Wa All Stars, there's one Bofwakwa or something. All those teams will play knowing that they are playing a fair game and that nobody is cheating them. That's all I seek for.